second up there, and then we'll go up. All right? Thanks.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Morning. Hey, what we got? DOA's a Rocky Morton, local hustler. Lots of swag inside. Apparently, he got shot in the nuts. I haven't been inside yet.
Shot in the nuts like a gay quarrel type of thing?
I haven't been inside yet.
Anyone see it?
No, the DOA's buddy's upstairs with a plumber. They heard a gunshot.
Mr. Plumber, DOA's buddy's in the kitchen. His name's Joe Robinson.
Hey, did you get the tape out of this?
No tape. It's not even real. Just a shell.
One to the head, one to the nutsack. Hope he took the headshot first.
I'll take the buddy. Detective Sipowicz, Joe. How'd you know him?
We're partners.
Like, what kind of partners?
Business. What other kind is there?
The kind that get shot in the crotch.
Wrong. No way. Rocky got more trim than he could handle.
Where were you when this went down?
With the plumber, snaking the John next door. Rocky's got both apartments.
For overflow inventory?
This is all legit stuff. It's just bulk purchase.
Any of it missing?
Some PDAs, I think.
Which is what?
Palm Pilot. Keeps phone numbers and stuff. I don't know.
I'll need makes and models. What'd you hear when you were snaking the John?
Shots. We go out to look, and we see this guy running down the stairs wearing a mask, so the plumber went after him, and I found Rocky.
That his gun next to him? You have a lot of enemies?
No. I don't know. I can't think right now.
Anybody else have a key?
He's very security conscious.
So why's he got a fake camera?
He's also tight with a buck. He grew up in rags. I mean, give the guy a break.
All right, Joe. Get that list started.
Thanks. Hey. Heard a shot, went after the guy.
Shot or shots?
They were running a sewer snake, so he couldn't tell. No description on account of a mask.
How'd he lose a perp?
Guy got into a black four-door and split. He was too far away to get a plate. So, life partner, business partner?
Business. He says the guy wasn't gay.
He sure pissed someone off.
That there? Nightmare number one.
Mr. Davis here was getting robbed, traded shots with the perp.
That's right, I did.
Meatball.
We got it now, thanks.
So, what happened? I glanced up at the door just as this chili-picking son of a bitch was pulling his mask down, he was aiming his gun and yelling, "Open the till."
And did you comply, or did you start shooting right there?
Well, he got the jump on me, so I coughed up $100, a couple of checks. As soon as he went for the money, I started blasting.
Did you hit him?
Well, I either grazed him or I nailed him, because he was hobbling when he boogied out of here.
And this happened in the store?
Inside. Inside, I know the rules. I've been here 11 years. The gun's licensed. He shot back. There's probably a slug in the wall.
Now, was this chili-picking Irish guy or what?
Give me a break, okay?
But you're sure he's Latino?
I saw Brown before the mask came down.
Central's trying to raise you. Sector boy is asking to respond to a scene of a male Hispanic shot a couple blocks over on 13th and 2nd.
Bullseye.
We'll be back for your statement, Mr. Davis.
Get this guy's gun and license down to ballistics.
All right. And give that little Irishman my regards.
That was Baldwin. The robbery at the grocery store they responded to? Yeah. Owner's pretty sure he put at least one round into the Hispanic male who held him up. It's 3 blocks from here.
Well, that differs a little.
Slightly.
Javier Rojas. That's your real name? You got shot by a 6-foot, dark-skinned black male who tried to rob you down the street.
Yes. The big guy.
Were you at a grocery store 3 blocks from here?
No.
Owner's not gonna identify you as the guy who robbed him a little while ago?
No.
Javier, before we go any further with this thing, if you did do it, now's the time to tell us.
I didn't rob anybody.
We gotta get this guy in.
All right. Ride in the bus with this guy to the ER and stay with him until you hear from us.
You ever see this guy before?
No. First time was when I opened the door and he was holding his stomach saying, call an ambulance.
Where were you?
In the bedroom. I heard my wife scream.
When he dropped to the ground, I screamed.
And I ran in and found him on the floor.
Anyone else here when it happened?
No, my son's at school.
Can I go to work now? Do you need us anymore?
If we need you, we'll be in touch.
Swing by the market, show this to the owner?
Yeah, I'll head off Medavoy and Jones.
What's the word on Rocky Morton?
2 collars for receiving stolen goods.
And it was a robbery.
10 hand computers got nabbed, but whoever did him had to have been buzzed in. You can see the front door from where the buzzer is.
We're thinking the partner's involved, that Joel Robinson?
He's not ruled out, but the plumber accounts for him.
We're gonna talk to a Chloe O'Connor. She was involved in a domestic dispute with the DOA last month.
BCI got an address on her?
Just the name of her work, Primo Video. I'm checking the address.
Might want to get robbery checking patterns on small electronics.
I made the call.
Detective McDowell, your sister called twice?
You got anything on that guy shot in the apartment?
Javier Rojas, no collars. The deli owner couldn't ID. We're working on a current address.
On Jones and Medavoy?
Heading to the hospital. Hopefully get a statement before Rojas goes into surgery.
Didn't know she had a sister.
Me neither.
And you're just calling me now? No, I understand. Now? What's so important? I'm working. I can't just leave.
Primo Video's on West 4th. I'm gonna hit the can.
All right. All right. I'll be there, but I got 10 minutes. My sister, Michelle.
She's in the city?
For the last 3 months.
And this is the first you heard from her?
Suddenly she needs to see me.
She all right?
I couldn't tell. Hey, I need to step out a few minutes.
Everything okay?
Yeah, my sister's in town. I'll be back soon. Michelle.
Oh my God, you scared me. Connie, sweetie, how are you?
Fine. I can't believe you're here.
Yeah. Things have been great. I didn't want to get in touch until things got settled and I got calmed down, so.
You didn't seem too calm on the phone.
Yeah, well, I was going through a little panic, but I'm better now. Are you hungry? Did you want some coffee?
No, thanks.
So, how are you? What's it been, like a year?
About that.
You look great.
You look beat up.
And pregnant. 6 months. Healthy as can be, too. Just, I don't know the sex yet. I want it to be a surprise.
Who hit you?
Frank.
The same Frank.
You know, I'm telling you right now, I don't need a lecture, okay? Things have been good. We're just going through a rough patch, and things just boiled over.
Are you moving out?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I need a place to crash until things cool off.
Is this a regular thing?
No. He's just going through a real rough patch.
You can't be getting beat up. And Frank should be arrested.
No, you are not gonna do that. Promise me that you won't do that.
Well, at least he's coming in to talk, because you can't live like this, especially with a baby.
Oh, God, there's no lectures, okay? No lectures right now, please. Connie, this thing on my eye is like 2 hours old, okay? And no, I don't have all the answers yet, but I have a pretty good idea that bringing Frank in for a little talking to is not gonna make anything better, okay? So just promise that you won't.
Well, you can stay with me as long as you want.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
Have you seen a doctor? Make sure the baby's all right?
I'm kind of paying out of pocket, so.
Well, I'll take care of it. Do you have all your stuff?
Not everything.
Well, where are you staying? I'll pick it up.
I'm at the Rogers Hotel in Houston, but just pick up my stuff and leave Frank out of it, okay?
Go to the doctor. And call me when you get to my apartment. You know the address.
Yeah.
I gotta get back.
I know I could count on you. Thank you.
See the doctor.
Okay.
Chloe O'Connor? Detectives Clark and Sipowicz. We need to ask you some questions about Rocky Morton.
Can you get the front counter?
When's the last time you saw him?
A month ago, why?
That resulted in a domestic disturbance call?
The judge said to steer clear of him, and I did. What's up?
What'd you argue about?
He owed me money for some work I did for him.
Putting up drywall?
What's it matter, seeing as I did what the judge told me, and I am not in violation of that?
It matters because he got robbed this morning, and you're on record for having a beef with him.
I let him take some photos, which he wasn't supposed to put on the internet, and did. I wanted more money. After court, I let it drop.
Can you account for yourself this morning?
I was home, then I got coffee, then I came here.
Was anyone with you?
No.
Well, until you can account for all of it, you give us where to look for who could have robbed Rocky, or we're going to build this case on you.
Anton Butler, pimp. Rocky burned him on a coke deal, and he said he'd always get payback.
You're showing us where he lives. Let's go.
Come on.
East River Park. Hispanic male DOA in a porta potty. Looks like he's shot in the gut. Fits the description of your perp in the deli stick-ups this morning, right?
You're right.
But you already have someone you like for that, right?
Oh, I think we do. He's in the OR.
Figure it out. You find Anton?
Guy bounced around a lot. We just got an address.
Where's the girl, Chloe?
Back at her meaningful job, she's reachable.
We're gonna check with the DA for a warrant, then hit Anton's place.
What's PCI got on him?
Possession, dealing, and a gun charge that got dropped.
Oh, we'll back you up.
Everything all right?
6 months pregnant, and her husband's whacking her around.
We bringing him in?
I promised I wouldn't. But if it's you doing the talking, then technically I'm not breaking the promise.
Where is he?
Andy, you got a guy to pick up.
Yeah, he can wait an hour.
Your sister want her husband collared?
Not at the moment.
All right, then let the husband wait an hour. Pick up your suspect. I'm sympathetic, but we got a lot of things to take care of.
You got a place to look for him. We'll get uniforms, snatch him up.
They're staying at the Rogers Hotel in Houston.
I'll take care of that. Go with Rita. She'll fill you in.
We'll make time.
DOA in the porta potty. Looks like he got one in his side. This guy fishing off the seawall found him.
Hey, what's your name, sir?
Albert Simon, 71 Stanton Street. I've lived there 9 years.
How'd you find the man?
I was fishing for striped bass like I do every day, which generally is a losing proposition. But I need the sunshine.
Did you see the man go into the John?
I did not. I approached the facilities with a full bladder. The first one there is a catastrophe, overflowing with human waste. So I tried the second one, but the door was locked, so I waited. After a period of time, I knocked with no response. So I knocked again. I could have easily gone behind one of these trees, but I have a certain degree of respect for the general community.
How'd you get the door open?
I used a small steak knife that I used at cleaning the fish.
Did you see anyone put him in there? Anyone milling around? It's important you remember.
I have to be up front. I've been drinking.
Okay. Thanks for your help.
Ugh. Don't they ever clean these things? Ugh. 45 automatic. Some cash, a couple checks.
Made out to Speedy Mart.
Ski mask.
Okay, so this is the guy who robbed the market this morning.
Right.
So, the guy we found shot at the apartment, he was telling the truth about being robbed?
Excuse me. Detectives McDowell and Ortiz were here for a Javier Rojas.
He's still in the OR. The bullet slipped next to his spine.
He paralyzed?
We don't know yet. That's his brother out there. He's looking for some answers as to how Javier got shot.
Thanks.
Esteban Rojas. Do you know what happened to Javier?
He's saying he was robbed.
Where? By who?
Over on 13th and 2nd. We're having a problem coming up with witnesses.
The address we got on your brother's Astoria?
Right.
Do you know what he might have been doing over on 13th and 2nd? Does he work there or hang out there? We're looking for anybody who can help us figure this out.
Yeah, he's got one friend who lives in the East Village, but I don't know her name.
Liz Jimenez?
Like I said, I don't know who the friend is, but I do know the name Liz Jimenez. They dated in college.
Is there bad blood? Anything that could lead to him getting shot?
No. She has something to do with this?
We found your brother at Liz's apartment. She and her husband said Javier pounded on the door needing help. They said they didn't know him. Javier told the same story. What's your brother's relationship with Liz?
I told you they dated in college.
They sleeping together?
I don't know anything about it.
When your brother said he was heading down to the East Village to see his friend, did he say he was gonna get laid or what?
Just to see a friend.
A married friend? Does Liz's husband know they still see each other?
Liz's husband ever threaten your brother?
No, not that I know of. Are you thinking he got shot at Liz's?
We're gonna find out.
TV's on.
Team's in position.
Side team in position. Front team in position.
We're going in.
Yo, Anton, open the door. It's a window. Son of a bitch.
Freeze! I'm hit! Down! Freeze, asshole!
Don't move! Don't move! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop it! On the ground, hands behind your back.
Don't shoot me!
15th Squad, Central K. Officer shot. 14th and B. Have a supervisor and a bus. Respond forthwith.
You okay? Yeah, it's just my arm.
Stop it there.
Awful quiet there, Anton. Attempted murder of a cop, witnessed by 10 other cops. I guess I'd have a lot on my mind, too.
Y'all ain't say nothing about being no cops.
So that guy you shot in full uniform wasn't enough of a tip-off?
This is a done deal, Anton. You're locked up and you know it. The only question now is what kind of time?
I personally got no interest in you ever being on the street again. But we got a case to clear, so you got one shot. But I am warning you. If anything comes out of that mouth that isn't the truth, I will tie you to that chair and I will push you out that window. And there ain't a cop in this building who will say that you didn't jump.
Y'all freaked me out, all right? Y'all just freaked me out.
You tell us what happened this morning.
He owed me $3 grand in rock. I told him if he ain't give up the money by this morning, I was gonna come visit him, so I did.
How'd it go bad?
He didn't give it up. So I sat him down, my boy held his arms, and we had a smoke. And some ashes fell on his arm and happened to get some burns from it. Well, that's just the price of business.
What about the 2 bullets in him?
Wait, what now?
The one in his nuts, the one in his head. Does that ring a bell?
Didn't nobody shoot Dervis.
Who the hell is Dervis?
Dervis Watts, who owes me $3 grand in rock?
That was this morning.
All morning. And when I left, he was alive and thankful to be that way.
You know Rocky Morton?
Never heard of him.
You know Chloe O'Connor?
Why?
How do you know her?
She worked for me.
Turn tricks?
For a while, then she split. Said I got her hooked on rock, which I do not do.
Wait a minute.
Y'all saying this ain't got nothing to do with Dervis?
Don't you move.
What's his story?
Claiming he was totally uninvolved.
Tend to believe him.
Robbery call. I got word a guy named Chris Nelson was offloading these Palm Pilots like the one stolen from Rocky. They see I set up a meet with him in a half hour. There's the address.
This guy's a collar for attempted murder of a cop.
Okay, thanks. That was Liz Jimenez. She's back at her apartment.
The desk sergeant called. Uniforms are bringing Frank up.
They get him at the hotel?
Yeah, coming back from a bar.
He wasted?
They said not too bad.
When did Andy and John head out?
Just a minute ago, you were up in anti-crime.
I can't keep him here all day. I want to go in, but I promised Michelle. Would you guys mind having a talk with Frank?
We'd be happy to.
I mean, this is a guy beating a pregnant woman.
We got it.
Thanks. 5 minutes, then we'll go get Liz. All right, you bet.
What's going on here?
We know you beat your wife today, Frank.
This is the place where my wife's sister Connie works, right?
Frank, our time in this room is going to consist of us talking and you listening.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Good.
So, here's where we're at. We talked to everyone involved, and we worked it out so that you're not going to get charged with spousal abuse.
You talked to Michelle. What did she say?
Frank!
Sorry.
And I'm serious. You open your mouth one more time before we tell you, and we're going to haul your ass right down to a cell.
What you got to come to terms with right now is that your wife doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. Period.
So no more contact, no more phone calls, no more nothing. It's done. You go your merry way, she'll go hers.
The alternative to that is you getting locked up.
Yeah, so what's it gonna be?
I can talk now?
Yeah.
Well, but she was slapping on me. I was defending myself. They got out of hand.
Frank!
Okay.
What's it gonna be?
All right. I'm done. We're done. I understand now that our relationship is just too heated and we can't be around each other. This is a big wake-up call for me, and I really appreciate you guys treat me like a human being.
How long you been in New York?
3 months.
From where?
Chicago.
Go back to Chicago, because if you lay hands on this girl again, you're going to jail.
And these aren't empty threats, Frank. Don't find out the hard way.
Beat it.
How'd it go? It didn't.
Were you looking in?
Yeah, I was. And, go back to Chicago? Did you give him a pat on the ass on the way out?
He said he'd stay away, knowing he'd get locked up if he didn't.
He's a liar. His word doesn't mean dick.
What'd you want us to do, Connie? Put a gun to his ear?
Lean on him a little. Put some fear into him.
We lean on him, we send him home all pissed off and ready to take it out on somebody, like your sister.
He's only gonna respond to a real threat, not pleasant conversation.
What's the problem?
Nothing.
We talked to her sister's husband. We made it clear that he was to keep away from her. He made it clear that he understood. Connie, we did what we felt was right in the room.
And I'm saying you could have done a little more.
All right, you know what? You know how we can avoid this in the future? Don't ask us for any favors. How about that?
All right, everybody, chill out. Rita, you and Connie go get Liz and Man and see what the hell happened at their apartment this morning. You got this, Chris Nelson?
In the pokey.
And do your interview. Mellow out.
I need a minute. I'll get the car. Thanks.
Where'd you get the Palm Pilots, Chris?
Bought him from a guy, didn't get his name. So credibility in the swag game is about having a trusting face like yours?
It's not swag, okay? I pay for them and resell them. Only difference between me and Circuit City is the 8.25% kickback to the government.
You specialize in electronics?
I know PDAs, DVD players, CD burners, high-end, high quality.
You know anything about security cameras?
Not much of a market for them, but I am aware of their function.
Did you happen to notice the camera over the door when you took off Rocky Morton this morning?
Rocky?
Yeah, Morton. You know, the guy you took the Palm Pilots from?
Hey, I paid for those palms. Okay, the guy I bought them from called himself Lamar.
Lamar. You think you could sit there bullshitting us because you had a mask on inside, but I guess you didn't notice the 2 exterior cameras.
Seems like Rocky knew a little more about electronics than you there, Chris.
You know what this boils down to? Stick to what you know.
Which doesn't include robbery.
I was told this would be an easy score.
Told by who?
Crack whore. Chloe something. She said this scumbag that was pimping her had a lot of stuff. She said we'd go in, hold a gun on the guy who she said would crap his shorts at the sight of it, take what we could and split. But he didn't crap. He jumped at me.
How'd his pants drop?
When we were fighting, I somehow got a hold of his belt.
When'd your gun go off?
I was running out, and he was like on the ground with his pants at his ankles, crawling at me like a crab, and he got a hold of my foot. I was just trying to get free, and I let one go. I think it hit him in the leg.
Then what?
I was out the door.
He didn't fire back?
He didn't have a gun.
When'd you fire the second shot?
I only shot once.
There was 2 bullets, Chris.
And I squeezed that trigger one time and beat it.
Where was Chloe during this?
History, as soon as he jumped me. And that's when I fired. One time, he yelped, let go of my leg, and I was gone.
Write down what you said.
We ran into Javier's brother at the hospital, Esteban. We know you dated Javier in college.
Okay.
Why'd you lie about it?
Javier didn't want to involve us.
Who shot him?
He was robbed down the street. He came to us for help.
No, there was no blood trail on the street leading to your apartment.
Javier told us he was shot down the street.
Are you out of your mind? You gotta be out of your mind. We find your ex-boyfriend shot in your apartment, and here you are still playing games. If you don't start telling us the truth right now, we'll put you in handcuffs and take you to jail. Is that what you want?
No.
Who shot Javier?
I didn't see. I was in the bedroom.
What was your general impression of what happened?
Javier came by to talk. My husband forgot papers for work. Javier hid in the closet. We went to the bedroom to get his work. My husband heard a noise, grabbed his gun, and told me to stay in the room. And I did. I froze. I should have gone out there.
Did your husband suspect it was Javier?
No.
Have you been sleeping with Javier?
No.
So when you finally made it out into the living room, what was going on?
Javier told us to say he got shot down the street.
Why'd Javier cook up a fake story? Did your husband threaten him if he didn't?
No.
Javier gets shot by your husband and volunteers to say it was someone else.
I dated both Javier and Ricardo. I got pregnant. Javier was too wild, so I married Ricardo. He was a better husband.
That's even less of a reason for Javier to cover for the guy who took you away.
My son.
Javier's the dad. Does your husband know?
We never talked about it. Javier knows, though. That's why I still let him come by to see him. And I know that's why he wanted to tell the fake story. So our son's life wouldn't be ruined.
Well, we're gonna need to talk to your husband now.
Chris Nelson gave you up.
What's that mean?
Brought him in on an easy score and it went sour.
He also indicated you might have reason to do it past money. Mainly that Rocky was pimping you and treating you like dirt.
He's lying. I've never been a hooker.
Yeah, you got 2 pros callers and people call you a crack whore.
It's a lie.
Fine, you stick to your virtue and go away as an accomplice. But not just on a robbery, because there's 2 bullets in Rocky. One in his nuts and one in his skull. We're talking murder.
Look, you want to take all the weight on this? Or is there more to the story?
I don't know anything about a murder.
Where are you from, Chloe?
Centerville, Indiana.
How long you been in New York?
9 months.
Came here to act, sing, dance?
Act.
How long were you in town before you were on the street?
2 months.
Where'd you meet Rocky?
In a bar. I was strung out. He gave me a place to stay.
Then he put you on the street? When'd you stop getting along?
After he started selling me to guys. Like for weeks on end. I said that I hated it and that I wanted to stop. He said I had dope to pay off. We got in a big fight.
That the domestic disturbance last month?
I said, just give me the money to go home. And we're even. He told me to go to hell and kicked me out. I had nowhere to go.
So you came up with this plan?
Well, first, his partner, Joel, tried to put me up, but then he ran out of money and I flipped. I went on a 2-week binge and had to stay the night in the hospital because I slashed my wrists. But yeah, after that, I came up with a plan. It wasn't supposed to go like this, and I don't know anything about Rocky getting killed.
What do you know?
When we came, Rocky just jumped Chris and started fighting him over his gun. I got scared. I ran.
Did you hear shots?
Just one. But then I was out the door, and Chris was like a few seconds behind me.
And no second shot.
I just heard one. And then Chris was there, I swear. Rocky's really dead. And Chris really shot him in the nuts?
Yeah.
That's the first good thing to happen to me since I got to New York.
All right, write it down. Start with Indiana.
The husband's lawyered up. He's not saying anything.
But the wife says he fired the shot.
Well, the wife saw him leave the bedroom with the gun, but she's claiming to not be an eyeball witness to the actual shooting.
And we believe her?
Who knows?
Well, but the husband's a caller regardless, right?
Well, the other guy, Javier, he's saying he was shot down the street.
But everybody knows that's a bunch of BS.
You need to make a call?
No. And what were we?
I was gonna say, BS or not, you gotta get Javier to come off his statement, then the husband's a caller.
All right, you and Greg get down to Bellevue and get Javier off his story. Lieutenant Rodriguez.
How about just let it slide next time instead of busting my chops in front of my boss?
Well, the way she was shaking her hand so violently, it looked urgent.
Okay, all right.
Hey, this chick Chloe and the guy she did the robbery with, Chris Nelson, neither are saying they fired or heard the second shot.
And May's report came back. The bullet found in DOA's head matched his own gun. The bullet found in his crotch came back a different caliber. No prints found on his gun.
Took himself out from the pain of being shot in the balls?
I don't know. We gotta talk to his partner. See how far apart he heard the gunshots.
All right, good.
Any news on your sister?
She checked out fine. She's napping right now at my apartment.
I'll call you later.
Hi, the detectives Jones and Medavoy. We need a minute with Javier.
I'll be right out here.
Yeah, we just heard. We're sorry.
I'll walk again. You can bet on it.
Javier, we talked to Liz. She told us what happened.
I was robbed and shot by a guy up the street from her apartment.
Hey, to be honest with you, it's a real noble thing you did. Changing the story to protect your and Liz's son. But the truth is out now.
I was robbed and shot up the street.
Look, Javier, you stick to that story. And Ricardo, who took your girlfriend, took your kid, and shot you, he walks. And you may never walk again.
He didn't take Liz. He didn't take my son. She married him because he'd be a better husband. And she was right. And he's a good father to Robert. I'm not gonna ruin all that.
So you're letting him get away with shooting you? You're gonna make us walk over to the phone and call to have him released?
I was robbed and shot by a guy up the street from our apartment.
You're emotional. Understandably. When you calm down, give us a call, we can talk.
Take your card. What I said is what happened. I'll never say anything different.
All right, then.
Like, you're a stand-up guy, Javier. You're crazy, but you're a stand-up guy.
Where were you headed, Joe?
Nowhere.
nowhere. When you get picked up at the airport, that's usually an indication you're heading somewhere.
Albany, visit my uncle.
This your bag? You always carry 20 grand when you visit your uncle?
Rocky didn't have his gun on him when he got robbed. We need to know how it wound up lying next to him.
He must have had it on.
He did. And we got your print off it. How'd it get there?
I've held that gun before.
Did you fire it today or any other gun?
I haven't fired a gun in years.
We got a subpoena to do a paraffin test on your hands that'll determine you fired a gun today.
You've known Rocky how many years?
15.
Well, it don't make sense that you'd kill him over 20 grand. But that's how it'll go down unless we hear different.
Dad.
How'd you two hook up?
I was an accounts payable at a shipping company, and he had a bulk rate racket on bringing in Chinese pottery, and we hit it off, and he brought me in with him.
Doing the books?
Books, the grocery shopping. If a truck pulled up at 4 in the morning with 200 VCRs, I'm the one who carried them up the stairs.
When he started running whores?
You see, that's when it turned the corner. 3 years ago, it changed him, and then when he started selling girls like sex slaves, that's sick. Sick.
How well did you know Chloe O'Connor?
She's a nice girl. Indiana girl, right off the bus, and he treated her like hell.
You know she was involved in what happened in the apartment this morning?
When I came out of the other apartment, he was bleeding on the floor, screaming, "Get my 90, stupid asshole. We're gonna find her and blow her brains out."
So then you got the gun, and then what happened?
He was just squirming, all bloody and pitiful, screaming every name at the book at me, which was nothing unusual, but he said he was gonna kill her and rip her guts out. I mean, such a bastard to her.
So you shot him?
Never should have gotten into running girls. It's an evil business.
All right, let's go. When you write this up, land on how we threatened to kill her, how you were afraid for her safety.
Sure, thanks.
You are such a chicken.
All right, then who goes first?
Me first. Truth or dare?
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay. Do you remember the names of every girl you slept with?
Yeah. Well, I was stuck in an elevator once with some cheerleaders, but I just referred to them as a squad. Is that okay?
Your turn.
All right, truth or...
Dare.
Lose the top.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Are you gonna do truth all night?
Oh, is that your question?
What do you think of me? Do you take me seriously, or am I just a fun distraction?
Well, I'm thinking back to a conversation we had at a certain hot dog stand, and you told me you just want to have fun, and I agreed. Now, if that's changed...
It hasn't.
Okay. Truth or dare?
Dare.
I think those pants need to go.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
Get that shirt off.
You take it off.
Technically, you're not supposed to dare a dare.
No? Let's play something else then.
Okay.
So you working?
I'm going to SUNY. I mean, I will be going to SUNY. There's a problem with some of my credits transferring, but it's getting worked out, and then I'm going to get my degree.
I've been talking about this degree a long time.
Yeah.
Have you thought about setting it aside for a while and just getting a job?
Well, you can't get much without a degree.
But you might better serve yourself, starting small and keeping things manageable, because school doesn't seem to have worked out so far.
Well, think about it.
Because it's not just about you now. There's going to be a baby involved.
I'm aware of that.
What about Frank?
You don't let up.
I'm just worried about you.
I mean, you don't think I'm a little bit worried too? I'm scared to death.
Of Frank? That he'll hurt you?
How about of being on my own? Of being a mom and staying clean, which I have throughout this entire pregnancy. Diapers and providing, and my God, it's like the whole world's coming down on me and I'm scared to death.
Maybe that's a good thing. Now you have to stop running around and get your life together.
I really want to.
Let me help.
Michelle, it's me.
Oh my God.
Frank, go home or I'm gonna lock
I
you
want
up.
to talk to
She
my
doesn't
wife.
want to talk to you.
Because she wants me in jail? Is that why I got dragged into the police station today?
I asked you not to.
You know, one guy threatened to break my arm.
Quit lying, Frank.
You're right. It was very pleasant. It was a great afternoon. Michelle, can I talk to you, please?
Go home. What do you want, Frank? Just say it and go.
I'm sorry. I feel awful. You know, I made a mistake, and I just want to make it up to you.
I don't deserve this kind of thing, Frank. I'm not going to stand for it.
Can we just get coffee, talk a few minutes alone? I'll bring you right back. Just let me throw myself at your feet like the slave that I am.
This is a big joke?
It's just something that he says.
Just a coffee, you know? 10 minutes. I love you. I'm sick over this. Please.
Wait outside.
Don't do this, Michelle. Give it the night, at least.
Just let me hear him out. He's a baby's father.
Don't go home with him.
I'll call you.